Hello there. What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about Star Wars Armada, and if you're interested in jumping into the Clone Wars, or if you don't play Armada at all and you're just interested in getting deeper into this game, this is a video for you. So, little admin stuff before I get too deep into it. We have a little bit of news to talk about. I'm approaching 40,000 subscribers, so stay tuned for that. Once we hit 40K, we're going to be doing some cool, fun events, so stay tuned. Also, there's plenty of cool stuff down in the merchandise store. We've got all kinds of t-shirts like this one that I'm wearing here. We've got neck gaiters like the Darth Maul. We've got Boba Fett. We've got Darth Vader. We've got masks. We've got bags for dice and tokens and all kinds of cool stuff. All of this stuff is down in the description below, so you can help support the channel if you're interested in picking any of that up. That is a great way to support the channel. Otherwise, there's other ways. There's links for Patreon, also social media, and Discord. Also a great resource for a lot of you people that have questions. Hop into my Discord. Let's chat. Have a good time in there. Okay, so I think that's just about all the admin stuff. Also, I'm going to be announcing the winner for the $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. That's going to be at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. New giveaways happen all the time, so definitely keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you mash that subscribe button. Mash that subscribe button. That's something that some other YouTubers say. My kids watch. They say, mash that subscribe button. You can politely press the subscribe button. Subscriptions are now free. Just for a limited time only, while supplies last. Subscriptions are free, and I urge you to subscribe anyway. I put out daily content. We talk about tabletop gaming. We talk a lot about Star Wars. We've got a lot of really cool news coming out, a lot of cool things coming out. New Star Wars video games. I'm going to be covering those, all of that stuff. So and the way you enter my contests and giveaways is by being a subscriber and leaving a comment, and it's as simple as that. Okay. Sorry about all the admin stuff. Let's go ahead and jump right into what we need to talk about. So maybe you're interested in playing Star Wars Armada. There's the Clone Wars is coming out Q4 of this year. It looks like early December. They should be showing up, which means they'll probably show up in Europe in October. But anyway, I joke because releases have been staggered a little bit around the globe, and not everybody is holding true to street dates. But still, that'll be a really good time when they do show up. I'm very excited about the Clone Wars coming out for Armada. It's going to be 2 new factions, but this is kind of an expansion to the way that Armada is already, because we've already got the Empire, we've already got the Rebels. So some people are players already that are going to be branching out into new factions. Some people are maybe not going to be branching out at all. If you're interested in playing Armada right now, you could start off with this core set. This is a $100 core set. It features 1 Victory class Star Destroyer and 2 Rebel ships, a Nebulon B and a CR-90 or Corellian Corvette. You may recognize that as that blockade runner. That was the first ship you saw in Star Wars. These are, pretty iconic, except the Victory, while it looks kind of recognizable, it's not exactly an Imperial Star Destroyer. But this is a good way to kind of start out and get a feel for the game. A very, very light feel for the game, because like the Imperial player in this case would have only 1 capital ship, whereas in Armada you have usually like 3 to 5 capital ships on a side, and then you also have squadrons, and this comes with some squadrons too. And this is kind of like a 2-player starter. This is about $100 retail. Sometimes you can get it cheaper than that. And this is going to be the entry point for anybody who wants to play as Rebel or Empire. And it's not a terrible value. I know a lot of people think $100 is a steep starting point, and I totally understand that. However, if you're interested only in the Clone Wars, you may want to wait and hold out for one of the new sets. Now, the Clone Wars are coming out with their own starters. These are going to be faction-specific starters. We've got a Republic starter and also a Republic squadron pack, as well as we have a Separatist starter and squadron pack. Now, you don't need to get the squadron packs right away, especially if you're not 100% sure how you're going to feel about the game. The disadvantage of waiting and only getting something like this is that these aren't really 2-player starters. These are single-player starters, and you're going to have a harder time playing against someone else. Theoretically, you can kind of do it. Like, you could take, the 1 medium ship and the 2 versus the 2 small ships or something like that. There's really nothing stopping you from doing that, but it's not going to have the same feel as maybe this box. So if you wanted to play before December, like if you're really anxious and you wanted to jump in right away, I would suggest going with something like this, because this is going to give you that Imperial playstyle, which is that big front arc, or the slower, tough, tanky ship that's just like, you come into my front arc, I'm going to kill you. And then it's got the Rebel playstyle, which is like generally like smaller ships trying to be more outmaneuvering and and trying to avoid that Imperial's player's front arc, trying to flank them, and you hopefully using their X-Wings to do bombing runs on the Star Destroyer, and the Empire just wants his TIE fighters to kind of hold off the X-Wings if they can. And that's kind of like the vibe you get from this particular set. And this is really good, like, if you have someone else to play with. If you're still in lockdown in COVID and you're really not able to go out and do stuff, but maybe you've got somebody at home you can play on the kitchen table or something like that, this is a great option. For that $100, you're getting basically 2 different factions and some upgrades and some stuff, everything to get you started. Now, these other 2 faction sets are enough to get you started if you already know people who are playing and you wanted your own force. They are the same price, all right? It's $100 for the pack, and then the squadron packs are extra. But this is going to give you 3 ships for a single faction, so you're actually going to be able to build closer to a full-size build. Now, some people that are maybe more interested in this, if they wanted to do the 2-player thing and like, hey, I want my stuff versus your stuff, they'd actually have to get one of each. So you'd want a Republic starter and you'd want a Separatist starter. And that's going to get you enough points to play about a half-size game, half size of a full game, somewhere around 200 points. And now a full game is 400 points, but that's going to give you also, I guess, a better immersive experience, because you're going to have 3 ships on a side, plus about 4 squadrons, maybe even some upgrades and a commander, and you're each going to have your dice, your damage decks, your movement tools, all of the things you need to play. These aren't just ship packs. They are full-fledged single-faction starters, so they have everything you need to play the game. Well, I guess with the exception of a play mat, but you can play on any surface. So these are great for that aspect, because there are a lot of people that, if they're on a budget especially, they're really only interested in playing one faction. And I had a lot of Imperial players complain that when they bought the starter, they only got a single ship. And I totally get that, because ships are expensive. Now, granted, Armada might sound kind of expensive to you right now, but I do want to flex the importance of, it doesn't have new expansions that come out every month. Armada has been for a long time kind of a one new wave of expansions per year. And so while a single ship is sometimes a little bit more expensive, it's not as much of a constant strain on your wallet as a lot of other games are. We compare that to Legion, which some of their expansions are anywhere between $12 and $30. Granted, they have some that are more, but they have new stuff come out every month. So like a lot of the other games tend to over time cost you way more money. Whereas Armada is something you can buy now, and again, once you get caught up, you're good for like a whole year or more, and then don't even have to worry about it. So that's a pretty good aspect of Armada, I guess, in long term, if you think about it. Now, if you wanted to play competitively, you may want to consider getting 2 starters per person, per faction, and that's that's where it's going to start to get more expensive, because now, let's say you wanted to play both factions. Like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2 of everything. I'm going to have 2 of the Separatist starters. I'm going to have 2 of the Republic starters. This way I can have 6 ships on a side to kind of get the feel of how they both play. That should allow you to field hopefully a 400-point list. Of course, with the squadron packs too, you're going to be able to do that. Now, if you have more questions about Armada and like how do squadrons work and how do ships work and what's the difference between them all, like that's kind of outside the scope of all of this, but I have a lot more Armada videos teaching how to play Armada, so definitely check. I'm going to put some videos kind of over on this side at the end of the video, so check out those links. I have playlists for Armada. I have tons of that stuff, so definitely check all that out. Also, in my Discord, I have a channel of like a video library channel that's broken down by section. So if you're looking for battle reports, if you want to see actual games, or if you're looking for like tutorials or informational videos for the main games that I cover, like Armada, X-Wing, and Legion, all of that stuff is there. I have channels for that in my Discord to kind of make the helpful videos a little bit more easy to find, because with daily content, it becomes tricky. So there's some other things coming out. Now, I'm going to talk about what you should maybe pre-order a little bit later on, but there's some more things coming out. There's a dial pack that's coming out, and this is going to have dials and tokens and cardboard and all kinds of stuff that you will need for any new players coming in to take you past the starters. Because presumably they've pretty much said that future ships, future expansions will not come with extra dials and cardboard and things like that. So if you like the game, you may want to consider picking up a dial pack if you are a new player. Old players may not need this very much. There is one new type of token that will show up in here, but we don't know how many of this token actually comes in those starters too. So I will pick up one dial pack when they come out, and I'll probably have unboxings of everything, and we can really see, hey, do existing players even need this compared to what we get in the starters? So if you're a new player, you're not going to need this right away. This is like down the road. If you decide you love this game and you want to really expand your fleets, you may need a dial pack or two, depending on how large of games you want to play. One thing you will probably need is the upgrade card collection. I think every single person who plays this game should get at least one copy of the Armada upgrade card collection. What this is a reprinting and resizing of all the upgrade cards in the entire game up until this point. This is pretty much the Imperial and Rebel cards. So if you're a Clone Wars player, if you're just now jumping in, basically the way that they have in the past put out ships is they give you a ship and there's a whole bunch of upgrade cards in there. Some upgrade cards only come with one particular ship, and some of those are very, very, very good upgrade cards that you may want for all of the other ships in your fleet. And so if I want 4 copies of this turbo laser reroute circuit upgrade card, I may have to buy 4 of a ship that I don't even want just to get those. And this is them kind of fixing that and saying, hey, look, this one pack has every upgrade card. And some of them it is going to have more than one copy of. So as it gets closer to release, hopefully we'll get more information on exactly how many upgrade cards are going to be in here. Because I would like to say that you probably will only need 1 copy of the upgrade card collection. But there's always that chance that it may be better to get 2 of these. But we're going to have to wait and see. But I would definitely suggest pre-ordering an upgrade card collection if you are if you're a veteran player, or if you are a new player that is sure you're going to want access to all the upgrade cards that the Rebels and Empire have, and not go back and buy all those old ships. And that's so that's kind of all the stuff that's coming out in December. There are more ships for the Clone Wars factions coming out in first quarter of 2021. Which looks like it might be late January, but that date could be a little bit flexible. But yeah, it looks like we're getting a whole lot more stuff very soon after these come out. So if you kind of get bored of playing, just the ships that come in these starters over your holiday, you won't have to wait long for more stuff to come out. And so that's really exciting. We haven't had official spoilery articles on those yet, but hopefully we'll get those in the next month or two. Now, here's where it comes down to pre-ordering. There have been a lot of delays when, in concerns of other games. Some stock hasn't been fulfilled. Sometimes things show up and sell out really, really quick. I would say if you are dead set on playing one of these factions or both of these factions or whatever, pre-order at least one. And then perhaps then also get more like after the fact. That's usually a safe way to go. If you're really on the fence, you probably don't have to. I'm sure there will be stock. I would be really upset if they underproduced for here, because I feel like that's one of the problems that Armada has had, is a lot of new players have been coming into the game and they get upset because there's not enough product on shelves. And I guess there's this whole political thing about, well, we can't have retailers reserve space if we're not 100% sure it's all going to sell. So it's a very complicated scenario. So generally, if you really, really want it, pre-order at least one of everything that you're going to want. I think you can kind of pass on the dial pack for right now. I think that's more of a product that's meant to be around for the long haul, for the future waves and the next year and the year after that. As more and more ships come out that don't come with dials, new players are going to say, hey, I need dials. Well, the dial pack is there for you. Veteran players probably won't need it because, like me, I've got tons and tons and tons. I've got more dials than I will ever need, so I do not need a dial pack. All right, guys, so we've got a winner to announce today for the $25 Amazon gift card, and that is Sethlan2. Congratulations, Sethlan2. All you got to do is shoot me an email, mailcrabbok@gmail.com. You can find that on the About page of my YouTube channel, and I'll get your details and get you scored away. Congratulations. Again, if anybody else who did not win, do not worry. I have giveaways that are running all the time, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be doing some more here shortly, and also look for the 40,000 subscriber mark. We're going to be doing some cool stuff as well. All right, guys, I want to thank you all so much for watching. A big thanks to my patrons on Patreon. You guys are absolutely amazing, so thank you all so much for your continued support, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you, and as always, have a great day.